Today we're doing solving proportions. Should be another review lesson. Cross products is our only vocabulary word today. It should be a familiar word. The products of the numbers on the diagonal when comparing two ratios. So if you have A over B equals C over D, it would be A times D equals B times C. Okay, those are your cross products. So we're going to tell whether the ratios 6/15 and 4/10 are proportional. So we're going to find the cross products. So we're going to take 6 times 10 and they got 60, 15 times 4 and got 60. So 60 equals 60. Okay? Now what if they had 2/5 equals 4/12? Okay? You could still multiply. 2 times 12 is 24. 5 times 4 is 20. And your answer would have a slash through it, which shows that they are not equal to each other. They're not proportional. All proportional means is you could simplify both of those fractions to the same thing. Okay, they are equal. 6/15 can be reduced to 2/5. 4/10 can be reduced to 2/5. So they are proportional. Whereas the 2/5 and the 4/12, 2/5 is simplified. 4/12 simplifies to 1/3. So they're not equal because 2/5 does not equal 1/3. Okay? So since the cross products of this one are equal, the ratios are proportional. A mixture of fuel for a certain small engine should be 4 parts gasoline to 1 part oil. If you combine 5 quarts of oil with 15 quarts of gasoline, will the mixture be correct? So we have 4 parts gasoline to 1 part oil. We write that in a ratio exactly as we see it. 4 parts gasoline goes to the top, 1 part oil goes on bottom. And we want to see if it's proportional to 5 quarts of oil with 15 quarts of gasoline. Since gasoline's at the top for our first ratio, it's got to be at the top for our second ratio. So we take 15 quarts gasoline over 5 quarts of oil. So that is our ratio. Now we're going to cross multiply. Okay, we already have 20 right there, so we know the other side has to be 1 times 15. Oh, I'm sorry. They're taking the extra step on this one, which they don't normally do. So 4 times 5 is 20, so I got to fill that in with 4 times 5, and I know that because it says equal 20. And then the other one is 1 times 15, and that equals 15. So we just found the cross products. And 20 is not equal to 15, so the ratios aren't equal. So the mixture won't be correct. Okay. The ratio of boys to girls in a soccer league is 4 to 5. Because boys comes before girls, there's 4 boys to every 5 girls. Okay. If there are 52 boys in the league, how many girls are there? So, boys came first, so that's 4 over 5. We don't know. Okay, so we write a ratio comparing the boys to girls. So we have 4/5. Since the boys was on top, the boys has to be in the first ratio here. That has to be top here. Since the girls was in the denominator, the girls needs to go in the denominator. We don't know how many girls there were, so they put an X there because that's what we're finding. We do know there were 52 boys though, so we put 52 here. So we are going to find the cross products . So we already have times X on the right side, so we're going to put 4 there, and then the 5 times 52 goes here. Okay, so 5 times 52 is 260, and then we're going to divide both sides by the coefficient, which is 4. When we divide both sides by the coefficient, the X comes down, and 260 divided by 4 is 65. I don't know why I just wrote a 2. So there are 65 girls in the league. A banana slug, ooh, a banana slug, that's a new one, travels 4.5 inches in 120 minutes. So we have distance over time there. At this rate of speed, how long would it take the slug to travel 12 inches? So we would have distance over time here. Okay? So we're going to set up the distance of what we know. We know both the distance and time with 4.5 over 120. And then we know how long would it take for the slug to travel 12 inches. So we know the 12, but we don't know the time for the 12 inches, so that's why they put a t there. So we're going to let t represent the time. These boxes are so little. Needed to travel 12 inches. So we're going to find the cross product. Since there's a t there, we're going to multiply that one by 4.5. And then we're going to get 120 times 12. So 4.5 times t is 4.5t. 120 times 12 is 1,440. Now we need to divide both sides by the coefficient of 4.5 to get the t by itself. These cancel, leaving us with just t, and 1,440 divided by 4.5 is 320. So it would take the banana slug 320 minutes, or if you want to divide it by 60, 6 hours. I'm writing down the wrong numbers today. 5 hours and 20 minutes to travel 12 inches. Man, to be a banana slug. Nate has 225 envelopes to prepare for mailing. He takes 30 minutes to prepare 45 envelopes. So this is our first ratio because we know both parts of it. If he continues at the same rate, how many more minutes until he completed the job? Now, completed the job means 225 envelopes are filled. So how many minutes until he completed the job is our other ratio. We're going to let x represent the number of envelopes needed to finish the job, which we know is 225. So we write the ratio first of where we know both parts of it, 30 minutes to 40. So 30 over 45, because the minutes is in top for the first ratio, it's got to be in the top for the second one. We don't know how many more minutes because that's what we're finding, so we replace it with an x, but we do know the amount of envelopes he has to fill is 225. Then we're going to find the cross products of 30 times 225 and 45 times x. We get 6,750 equals 45x, and we have to divide both sides by the coefficient of 45. That cancels these out, leaving us with just x, and 6,750 divided by 45 is 150. So it would take 150 minutes to complete the entire job. Nate has already worked for 30 minutes, so it will take him 150 minutes minus 30 minutes, which is 120 minutes, to finish the job, or 2 hours. So go do your check it outs, and good luck.